What is up, Lowheat sneakerheads? Thanks for clicking. Thanks for watching. Whoever you are, whether you're a subscriber or you just randomly clicked on this, please subscribe though. Very excited to unbox this pair. Super stoked to have got it. Got it off an IG drop. First come, first serve. Wild. It was a wild experience. Got DM'd from my friend Bernardo. Shouts to Bernardo. He's like, "Hey, Joe Fresh Goods drop in X amount of minutes." Checked, and then it got like postponed to the next day. I think. I don't know, but I was ready and waiting, and then it got delayed for an extra 10 minutes. Was ready, waiting, refreshing, and it was a wild ride. Carded them. It wasn't working. Then it was working. Then it wasn't working. But yeah. Anyways, it's been so long. It took to get these, like from the time of purchase to receiving them to then it took me forever to unbox these. I forget the exact story. All I know is I got it off the IG drop, and it was a roller coaster of emotions. Before we open these, a little appetizers that I do sometimes, a little bonus content for you, bonus unboxing. It's on theme today to a degree. So let's open this. Got a little package in from Supreme a few weeks ago. Held off on opening it until I was able to pair it with the right pair of shoes. Pair it with the right pair of shoes. Yeah, you know, I'm like a sommelier of hype beast clothing. You know, you take the right package opening with the right set of shoes. Perfect pairing. Anyways, that was a stretch for an analogy, but we made it happen. So before we get to this, let's see what else I chose to get with this. Got another box of mac and cheese. I don't know why. I sometimes preload my cart to make sure all my info's in there, and so I stick in whatever random cheap BS Supreme thing is available. You got your box logo stickers per usual. And then what else? Did I get anything else? I don't think I got anything else for this order. Anyways, expensive mac and cheese that says Supreme on it. I have to make that. I'll make this, eat it, and I don't have a TikTok. I do have a Instagram. Check out my Instagram. Maybe if more people follow me, I'll post more often. Maybe I'll make a YouTube short out of that. Who knows? Do people watch YouTube shorts? I know they're pushing for them. Okay, here. What do we get here? We got this Roy DeCarva collection Supreme tee, and got it size XL, Malcolm X tee. And this is not a Malcolm X collab. Some people may wrongly think. This is a Roy DeCarva, who is a American photographer, famous African American photographer. Let's here one sec. There we go. Who was born, I think, 1919. I was reading up on him. Born 1919, and became one of the very first like fine arts African American photographers of note, of prominence, I should say, where his work was recognized and he won some various awards, etc., etc. And this is one of obviously his photos. So what I think is cool about this, and this is Malcolm X, if you didn't know, do your research. Don't just watch the Spike Lee film featuring starring Denzel Washington. Do a little bit more research. But I'm not the expert. He was a civil rights activist in the 60s for, he was the yin to the yang of Martin Luther King. He had a different approach, a more vocal approach to the civil rights movement, and just a contrasting figure to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Anyways, this is one of Roy DeCarva's photographs. And what I think is cool about this is you could be cynical and look at it as just Supreme profiting off of Malcolm X and Roy DeCarva. But, they are a large corporation, part of VF Corp, and that is all true for sure. But the proceeds of this did go to the I wrote this down, the Schomburg Center researching Black culture in Harlem. So yes, let me get that correct. The Schomburg Center of Research in Black Culture in Harlem. So I think that's cool. They could have just licensed a photo of Malcolm X, printed a T, and put it out there. But now, again, cynical people would say, well, they're too savvy to do that. They know they would get backlash. Well, the proceeds go to that. All profits go to this foundation, which I think is cool. No, sometimes the means justify the ends, and in this case, if it's going to a good foundation, I'm about it. Better that than not, right? I don't think you can argue that. And it got me, I didn't know much about Roy DeCarva at all. And if it gets me to look into his works, his history, get a little bit more educated in that regard, and then make a YouTube video, and some of you recognize that name now, recognize their work, I think that's a good thing. So overall, the ends justify the means there. And I think it's a dope t-shirt. And I encourage you all to check out more of Roy DeCarva's work. So there we go. And with that being said, I think that's a perfect segue into our sneakers today, because these sneakers are more than just sneakers, or at least have a story behind them that's more than just, hey, these are some dope shoes, wear them. So I hate saying let's get into them. Everyone says that. It makes no damn sense. No GD sense. But I was so hyped to have hit on these. And then I was reading about people's orders who were getting canceled. That was scary. I was like, I hadn't received a cancellation email yet. And so I was just crossing my fingers, sweating it out that my pair would eventually come. A shipping notification took forever. I was for sure thought I was going to take an L on these. But, I know Dennis Tedisco and various brands have been working to do IG drops. I think bots to a degree still feast, but I think there are some countermeasures in there. It's a little more hoops to jump through. I did cop the Joe Fresh Goods Inside Voices New Balance 550s, and that was on Facebook off of Wish Atlanta's Facebook page. So maybe there's some, maybe there's a method to the madness there. Maybe it is a little bit more, slightly more bot proof. People always accuse bots, and that is the problem most of the time. But you also have to remember there are tens of thousands of people going after hype drops like this. Like, it might as well be bots in some instances if there's only X amount of shoes and they're so hyped. You don't need bots. Just the sheer amount of demand and people fast thumbing it's going to create the same shortage. Not everyone will be able to get a pair. So let's, I'll shut up for a second and let's actually examine what's in front of us. You got this sick packaging. I love it. And you can already tell from obviously my thumbnail and this packaging. This is the New Balance 9060 Joe Fresh Goods collab in the baby blue, baby shower blue colorway, if you will, not the penny cookie pink. That has a different box corresponding with its color. But I love the cloud imagery with the New Balance logo, made for us, indicating made for the culture by Joe Fresh Goods. And he's had a running theme narrative talking to the black community. Joe Fresh Goods, African-American designer out of Chicago, making products for them, by them, which I think is dope. Inside messaging, as you can see. I'm not going to read it. I'll sound cheesy reading it. You can read it. I hope you can. Inside you got three sets of laces. Very awesome. Kind of waxed little quality laces. I love it. Let's put those there. We'll think on what laces we're using. Moisture one. Oh, wow. Lifted up the skirt, caught a preview. Damn. I mean, this. That's how you know a shoe's good, when it renders you speechless. There's a lot of times where I'm doing these unboxings and I take up the box and I just absentmindedly keep speaking. when a shoe shuts me up, that's a sign of a good sneaker. That that is awesome. Like right away. I mean, you got the different colors, you got the different materials, quality. You can already tell it's a quality pair of shoes. Look at all the different textures, shapes involved here. This is this is a work of art. I think that term is thrown around a little loosely, but I really like these right away. There's a lot to get in here, a lot to unpack. Let me bring out the other shoe just for posterity's sake. All right. So right away, let's talk about the major things. The 9060, as you have the labeling right there, is a new silhouette by New Balance. Tag right there also. Stems, if you go to the website, stems from their 990 line. Futuristic form on it, though. I would say this definitely is in the spirit of the dad shoe trend that was a little bit more in vogue a couple years ago. It has Balenciaga Triple S vibes to it with the accentuated heel there. I wonder if someone at New Balance was like, hey, we should copy this trend of the wide Yeezy Balenciaga runner. Like, we're already are a dad shoe, let's lean into this design aesthetic more. And then they got it going, and then as quick as they got it going, maybe they're a little slow on things. Maybe Teddy Santis hadn't joined on, and then all of a sudden that trend was falling by the wayside. Then they had those designs, and then they were like, you know what, who's a hot designer that we're working with that can maybe make this model cool, give us a new design language of our 990. That way we're able, it's always good for brands to do new silhouettes. Eventually something will get stale, so you got to keep pushing the boundaries, build on top of what you're popular for. And so then they're like, who can make this cool? Maybe Joe Fresh Goods. He's done a number of collabs with us, let's assign them. It's kind of a crap deal for designers sometimes. They usually, especially Nike or Jordan, they'll get a cool model if they deliver on other models, or they'll have to, like, with Union, they did those Jordan 4s, but they also had to do the Zoom Deltas and in those other basketball performance shoes. So I wonder if that's the case here. Either way, new silhouette, whatever, I don't know, knocked it out of the park. Obviously, it has a lot of the similar, like if I cover the heel, very similar silhouette to just their regular runners, but you have this like very prominent outsole and midsole here, this platform that it's standing on. So anyways, let me know, like if this was not a Joe Fresh Goods collab, would this be dope? I think in this color blocking, in this colorway, it would be, but it takes a designer to put this together in this fashion. So I would, if they did this again, I would be about it. It would depend on the materials, depend on the colors. I will say, I'll go over more of these features in a second. I will say that I really liked the Penny Cookie Pink colorway as well. I thought this was going to be the more limited one. It seems like the other one is more popular, and I love it too. I just went for these thinking like I was going to shoot my shot getting the more limited ones and copped them, but now in hindsight, I think the Penny Cookie Pink one is the more popular one. It's theoretically, someone posted that it's based off a popular strawberry sugar cookie in the Chicago area. I don't know if that's been confirmed or not by Joe Fresh Goods, but and this is the baby shower blue one. I like them both. I don't know if I have a preference. Maybe I have the it's funny when they come out in multiple colorways. I tend to gravitate towards the rarer of the two, but sometimes the wider release one is better. Like in a couple of the Union examples, like I went for the guava ones. I think they're dope, but in the end, I think people like the noir ones better. Same with the storm blue Union ones versus the black, and maybe in this case as well. It's funny how that works out sometimes. But really quick, let's point out some of the why I think the pink ones are more popular is they're more expensive on StockX and stuff. These, if you are in the market for these, they are not crazy yet. It's interesting. Maybe it's a sign of the sneaker economy, but like, man, the Inside Voices one, or no, the Conversations Among Us 2002 Rs. I'm wearing a pair of 2002 Rs. Those are ridiculously affordable, and the 550s as well for a 550 collab. So check those out. Check these out. The pink ones are a little bit more pricey, but they're not quite to the outside close ones yet. Now, the outside close ones, I did an unboxing video of those. Unfortunately, they were a little too small, but I do think those might be, like, if you release those today, I don't think they would go for as much. That being said, I do think maybe they're the best. I hate always rating and comparing things. Like, we don't always have to rank everything. I think it's just in our nature. Still, that being said, I think they still might be the best and still might have the greatest resale value, even if they're released today. But I don't think it would be as much. I think the sneaker economy's just come down a bit. So if you're interested, check these out. Get them sooner before later, I think. I don't think they're going to keep coming down. I think as dead stock pairs disappear, they'll slowly creep up. As our economy recovers, they might slowly creep up. Really quick, want to go over some details here. You got the mesh upper with a bigger mesh on the inside, interesting. And then you got that really wide mesh on the tongue, kind of similar to what the Salehi Bembury's did. On there, I think it was, what were those, 2002 Rs also? I think this is reflective, this N, like a lot of their New Balance logos. It's a slightly different shape, as you can see on my 2002 R here. That's the classic logo. This is a thinner, wider. You got the suede, different types of suede, hairy suede there, different swatches of suede all over this thing, different pieces. The inside liner, ankle liner, is quilted and it was supposed to be represent kind of a comforter, bed comforter, which I think is great. You got raised embroidery inside voices when you put them together on each heel. And inside, like, his collabs have all had, like I said, I mentioned before, a theme. I encourage you to check out the video that they did for this on YouTube. Goes over kind of the thought behind these and the story behind these of using your inside voice. Everyone knows that across cultures, but definitely in Joe's mind, something that's common across his culture, and mentions mentions Malcolm X in the video. Hence why I did that some pre-tea unboxing at the beginning of this video. Really well done video. Speaks to some cultural touch points, as do all of his shoes. I think all brands are trying to tell stories with their products, and maybe there's a little bit of saturation or people getting tired of that. But then if you go the other way, like if a brand just releases a new colorway and like expects you to buy it, it's like, well, you just slapped a new colorway on it, you expect me to shell out money for it? So I would caution about the cynicism of like so much storytelling. I'd rather have that than nothing when it comes to spending dollars and money. More thoughts put into it, and that's always a good thing. Here you see the cloud design work similar to the outside of the box on the insole with a Joe Fresh Goods label. And then on the outsole, you have a gum bottom outsole, which I love. Absorb, I think, technology. I love that outsole. You can get it all in one shot. And on the front, those are the major things. You can see that little see-through area on the top of the tongue. Let's put one of these on, see how they look on foot. I don't know what laces I would do. Let me know in the comments what laces you do. While you're in the comments, click the subscribe button with your thumbs or pointer finger or whatever. Pink might be a little too much pink for me. I do like that cream tan lacing that comes in it, matches the mesh. I think that's a good choice. This might be an option. I kind of like with the laces that it comes with already laced up. I think that might be the wave. I can also see this light cream going well, contrasting nicely with the upper. I always like the contrasting with the upper on laces. That's just me. But for now, I actually, even with all these lace options, I think that might be the one. We'll start out with that one at least. All right, let's put these on. Let's see here. Yeah, I would like to know also the cool thing that they did with this is they did a local donation raffle. You donated books or gently used supply, I think school supplies maybe. I think it was books. And then you got a raffle entry. I think that's great. I love when brands do that. I'll notice on the inside it's a more, is that different? Yeah, slightly thicker N. Doesn't have the embroidered outline, gold outline. So there's that slightly different N. You got this like plastic heel cup there. Okay, let's do this. I love these, by the way. Did an unboxing video of these. These 2002 R's, incense gray. Love these. Favorite GR maybe for a New Balance. Just super clean, go with anything. Minimalist aesthetic, if that's your jam, monochromatic colors, this is it. I do hate that this kind of felt this separated, but you know, what are you gonna do? Okay. So if you are interested in these, like I said, the blue ones are kind of low-key affordable. I'd also check out the 2002 R inside voices, for sure. I got these in my size, true to, and I think these are true to size. Just putting them on right now. Yeah, I would go true to size. That would be my choice for you guys there. And man, these look dope, both in hand and on foot. These looked, I mean, that's a sign of good shoe. Looked good online, looked good once I got them in hand. Looked great on the foot. As you can see, I wore my pink Supreme socks. I busted out a crispy pair of Supreme socks for you guys. That's the production value I bring to these videos. I was going to save these for like, you know, an outfit grid pick, keep them fresh, completely fresh, but no, put them on just for you to go with these, see how they looked. That might be the wave. Maybe it's too much. I don't know. I like it. I like it. Lace these up. These are so good. I'm going to put both these on for you. So I was just in Chicago too. Very fitting. A lot of themes coming together here. A lot of themes coming together. I was in Chicago. We had the Supreme tee opening on the beginning. We have Supreme socks. Just a lot of different things tying loose ends together, tying laces. Was just in Chicago. Was debating busting these out and wearing these in Chicago, but ended up not because I hadn't done an unboxing video yet. So that's, again, the sacrifices I am making for you guys. I think I've mentioned this in another video too, but I low-key like when a pair of shoes isn't going for like quadruple resale. I mean, let's be real here. If I had a choice, pick one or the other, I would obviously have all my shoes go for quadruple, you know, retail. But when they're not, something like this, just going for a little above, it's like kind of, you don't feel bad wearing them, right? Like, I don't feel like I have to keep these on ice or stock them until a special occasion, or like, what if down the road, what if these are $10,000 and I want to sell them? You know, when they're just going for around retail, like, I have no problem. There's not a second thought, as much of a second thought to wearing them. Of course, I'll like maybe hold on to them to a Friday night, maybe. Maybe I'm just not going to wear these across the street to 7-Eleven tonight, but I won't have any problem wearing these come the weekend time if there's some food truck festival or whatever, some bullshit to go to. I won't think twice. I'll be like, let's put these bad boys on and go feel fresh. Man, I don't know. I like these. Maybe that ultra wide midsole trend has kind of died. I don't know. People still wear Yeezys. This definitely has Yeezy vibes to it. And you know, what was popular a couple years ago. But, you know, on a New Balance, it's a new silhouette. I love these colors. The silhouette being new and maybe a played out trend, I don't care because I love these colors. I like Joe Fresh Goods. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's give these a rating before we end. Above an 8 for sure. Definitely above an 8. Do these make a 9? I would love to have the penny cookie pink. I wish these were the expensive ones and those were the cheap ones, because I would definitely buy the penny cookie pink if they were around retail. but they're a little pricey. Do these make a 9? I think these make a 9. I'm going to give these a 9 out of 10. I love them. I can already tell they're comfy too. 9 out of 10. Let me know what you think. Appreciate you watching.